I don't have no gang. I ain't in no gang. I got family. I got motherfuckers who willing to risk their lives and freedom to die by me and mine. You hear me?
Okay, so some of y'all need to hold off on the baby showers, the photo shoots, and all of that until after we get the DNA test.
King Harris thought he was about to prove himself as more than just T, stepping into fatherhood, claiming a legacy, and building his own name. But the fairy tale crumbled overnight when a DNA test exposed the truth. What should have been a proud family milestone turned into a public humiliation, with Big Nana firing shots at T.I. and King stuck in the crossfire. From secret test results to viral rants and a family feud spilling all over social media, this is the scandal that's tearing the Harris dynasty apart.
So I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
The drama started the second whispers about Big Nana's pregnancy hit social media. Fans already side-eyed the situation. She was older, louder, and clearly playing up her connection to King Harris for clout. But King, he was chest out, puffed up, bragging about stepping into fatherhood like he was about to rewrite the playbook on gangster parenting. He was promising to raise the greatest gangster of all time, already fantasizing about generational legacy before the baby even arrived. Enter T.I., a man who has lived through every trap, scam, and hustle the industry can throw. He wasn't buying the fairy tale. Quietly, he arranged for the ultimate backup plan, a hospital DNA test. No Instagram lives, no family meeting, no dramatic speeches, just cold paperwork and medical receipts. When those results landed, boom, the entire illusion exploded.
Yeah, everything is all props. Everything is planned.
The test didn't just prove the baby wasn't King's. It exposed something deeper, how far his son had drifted from reality, from his family, and from the warnings his father had been drilling into him for months. Sources say King broke down in tears, crushed by the realization that his supposed queen had been running game on him. And if that wasn't enough humiliation, T.I. hit him with the ultimate "I told you so," rubbing salt in the wound. For fans, the twist was cinematic. One moment, King was a proud future father. The next, he was stripped bare, exposed as a pawn in someone else's hustle. And behind it all, a father who refused to let his son walk into a lifetime contract with the wrong woman. But the fallout didn't stop with King. It set Big Nana on a warpath straight at T.I. Before we go deeper into this meltdown, hit that subscribe button. Because if this is how the Harris family drama starts, imagine what's still coming. You don't want to be the last to know when the next bomb drops.
You not gonna get that from me. You just not. You ain't gonna never get that from me. You can go and catch 1,000 bodies. You still gonna be my son. I ain't finna treat you like, you know, hardened criminal. I don't give a damn what you go out there and do. So you just gonna have to. You just gonna have to. That's what you gonna get from me.
When the DNA receipts dropped, Big Nana didn't fold. She flipped the script. Instead of disappearing quietly, she took her grievances public, turning T.I. into the villain of her story. In her narrative, she wasn't a manipulative clout chaser. She was a woman wronged, a single mother tossed aside by a powerful man hell-bent on protecting his family's image, and she knew exactly how to play that card.
Listen, don't make it seem like I'm the only one on here who got bad-ass kids.
We all go through
You
it.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't got no bad-ass kids, you got one and you got lucky. You hear me?
Yeah.
Anybody with 3 or more,
multiples.
you got one that you don't know what the hell you gonna do with.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to just take the time.
Suddenly, interviews, posts, and tear-filled rants started popping up. Big Nana painted herself as the one left with shattered dreams, while T.I. flexed his status to drag her name through the dirt. She begged for a chance to heal and to start over, almost like she was auditioning for sympathy sponsorships. The performance blurred the line between genuine pain and internet hustle, leaving fans torn between clowning her and questioning T.I.'s tactics. Because let's be real, did T.I. have to pull a secret DNA test behind King's back? Couldn't he have sat his son down like a man, given him space to learn the hard way? That's the angle Big Nana leaned into. She wasn't just fighting for her own image, she was prying at the cracks in the Harris family armor, trying to widen the rift between King and his father.
I don't post. Y'all ain't never seen me post never in life. I don't even own a that say you be around Tootie a lot. You gonna be taking some licks. Ooh shit. I'm not that guy.
And it worked, at least for a moment. King, already embarrassed, didn't appreciate being exposed by his own blood. Reports say he lashed out, accusing T.I. of embarrassing him publicly and humiliating him when he was already down bad. Big Nana played her role perfectly, whispering in his ear, pulling him closer while pushing his family further away. What looked like just a messy baby mama scandal had evolved into something much bigger, a full-on turf war between Big Nana and one of hip-hop's most infamous dynasties. And T.I. wasn't about to back down.
As much criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact we all got bad ass kids.
This wasn't just about a baby. This was about ego, respect, and the unshakable Harris brand. T.I. How wasn't watching his son spiral in silence, he was broadcasting his frustration for the world to see. Remember that viral moment when King got loud after a Hawks game, screaming, "I stand on business," like a cartoon gangster? T.I. checked him right then and there, telling him he was embarrassing himself and the whole family. That clash wasn't random, it was the trailer for this entire saga. By the time the DNA scandal broke, the stage was already set. Father versus son, pride versus reality. And when T.I. slapped the papers on the table, it wasn't just a win, it was a checkmate. He had been warning King for months that Big Nana was in it for the bag, not the love. Now he had the proof, and he wanted his son to eat every word of denial he'd thrown back in his face.
Okay, so some of y'all need to hold off on the baby showers, the photo shoots, and all of that until after we get the DNA test, because you're causing your friends and family a level of stress that we are not prepared for, okay? So if you haven't heard, T.I. is really upset right now with his son King because, they spent a lot of money, had a whole photo shoot with Big Nana, who is his supposed baby mother. Come to find out, she didn't know who her baby daddy was, I guess, and it is not King. They did a DNA test, and the DNA test came back that that's not his child. So obviously T.I. is very upset because he was expecting a grand.
King's response? Rage mixed with heartbreak. He accused T.I. of only being a TV dad, a man who played family man on Family Hustle but disappeared when the cameras cut. He claimed his father left him to struggle in the hood, even though receipts proved he was raised with privilege, not poverty. The back and forth wasn't just family drama, it was content, devoured by fans like the latest reality TV binge. And T.I.? He leaned into the role of tough love patriarch, telling the world that protecting his son sometimes meant embarrassing him. He wasn't just saving King from Big Nana, he was teaching him a lesson about the predators that circle celebrity kids like sharks. But the more T.I. flexed his authority, the more King felt like he was losing his own identity. And caught in the middle, a baby that wasn't even his, a woman now weaponizing her heartbreak, and an audience that couldn't stop watching. What once looked like a picture-perfect TV family has now morphed into a messy soap opera where every secret leaks online. On Family Hustle, the Harris clan sold fans the dream of unity kids, laughing, Tiny smiling, T.I. playing the role of wise but stern dad. But strip away the production lights, and what's left is raw dysfunction spilling across Instagram lives and shade room headlines. King himself was the first to poke holes in the illusion. He went live claiming that outside of filming, his dad was absent, that he never got the emotional support he needed. Fans replayed those clips, shocked at how far the father-son relationship had frayed. The very cameras that once documented their family bond had become receipts of its collapse. Now, with Big Nana's scandal wedged between them, the cracks are wider than ever. Insiders claim King ignored calls from both T.I. and Tiny, shutting his parents out completely while doubling down on his loyalty to Nana. Even their absence at the baby shower raised eyebrows. How could a family that always lived in the spotlight suddenly vanish at such a major event? The silence spoke volumes, suggesting this wasn't just about protecting King, it was about protecting the Harris brand from being tainted. Meanwhile, King wasn't just rebelling, he was spiraling. With every rant, every I stand on business moment, he seemed more determined to carve out an identity separate from his father's shadow, even if it meant self-destruction. For fans, it was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. And behind it all, T.I. stood firm, his pride unwilling to let his son's choices tarnish the dynasty he built. This wasn't just a family feud, it was a generational war playing out in real time, with millions watching. If you're still watching, you're living for the mess like I am. Smash that like button so YouTube knows we're not here for the fairy tales, we're here for the scandals, the receipts, and the shade.
I'm not that guy, this is for... I'm for entertainment purposes only. Attention seeking. That's what I do. Don't take shit serious. I'm seeking attention. There you go.
To understand King's downfall, you have to look at the bigger pattern. The rap industry is cursed with baby mama drama, a storyline as old as hip-hop itself. Future, Drake, Offset, Chief Keef, Lil Baby, the list of rappers dragged into DNA tests, paternity suits, and viral accusations is endless. Some of the claims were true. Others? Straight-up scams designed to cash in on fame. Future alone could write a novel with the number of women who claimed he fathered their kids. Drake spent months dodging rumors before finally confirming Adonis was his. Offset was dragged into court by women who allegedly faked receipts to pin him down for child support. Even Lil Baby was accused by an OnlyFans model who turned her personal drama into Instagram posts and YouTube confessions.
One of those unfortunate situations. So like if you don't know who your baby daddy is, or you know that you might have been, sleeping around a little bit, just hold off on the baby shower until the baby gets here and we do the DNA test, because then everybody can truly be excited for you, and we'll understand, but having us invest ahead of time, that's not right.
And King, he was never built to dodge these traps. As the son of T.I., he had a target on his back before he even turned 18. Big Nana saw more than just a boyfriend. She saw a Harris, a last name heavy with wealth, fame, and endless opportunities. Whether her intentions started pure or not, the lure of that legacy was impossible to ignore. The tragedy here is that King walked straight into a trap generations of rappers already fell into. He thought he was proving his manhood, raising his own family, standing on his own business. But instead, he walked into the same storm his father warned him about. Only difference? This time, the storm didn't come with gold plaques and hit records, it came with public embarrassment and a baby that wasn't his. In the end, King didn't just inherit his father's fame, he inherited the curse.
Got a minor request. Hope everybody having a phenomenal morning. Got a small request, man. Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King.
If there's one truth this saga proves, it's that clout culture has changed the rules forever. Once upon a time, scandals like this might have stayed behind closed doors. Now, they're live-streamed, monetized, and spun into viral moments. Big Nana didn't just lose a relationship, she gained a platform. King didn't just lose face, he became a meme. And T.I. didn't just save his son, he reignited the age-old debate about tough love versus humiliation. The Harris name carries weight, but it also carries baggage. Every slip, every outburst, every scandal gets magnified. King wanted to be seen as more than T.I.'s son, but ironically, it was his father's shadow that both exposed and saved him. Without T.I.'s intervention, he might have been locked into 18 years of child support for a child that wasn't his. With T.I.'s intervention, he's now branded as the son who got played. https U2. Be divided by WJK 1K 9PFZ 4 I034 046. It's a lose-lose situation that shows the price of fame doesn't just fall on the superstar, it falls on their kids too. King's entire identity is now tied to this fiasco, and no matter how many I stand on business rants he delivers, the internet won't forget. For T.I., this was never about clout, it was about legacy. He didn't spend 2 decades dodging scandals, building an empire, and raising a family just to watch his son become another rapper's cautionary tale. So he did what he thought a father should. He pulled the rug, exposed the lie, and forced his son to face the truth. But the world of hip-hop doesn't forgive easily, and for King Harris, the real test starts now, whether he can rise from humiliation or drown in the same chaos that swallows so many young stars. Set or night. So here we are, King Harris exposed, Big Nana lashing out, and T.I. standing tall with a DNA test like a mic drop. Was it tough love or public humiliation? That's for fans to decide. Like, share, and comment because this saga is far from over.